Hello, a very warm welcome to everyone to Aatmeeya Samvada. Today we have a very dear friend, guide, a mentor, and many more things to Aatmeeya. Mr. Jagannathan is nothing less than a veteran in the mutual funds industry. He has been sales head in HDFC Mutual Funds for over 20 years now. He is also venturing out into his own kind of enterprise at this moment. So very warm welcome to you, sir.
Thank you.
So, sir, we just want to know a little bit about your journey. When did you start? How did you get into mutual fund business, finance field? What has been your journey? Share a little bit.
Yep. First, heartily congratulations. It's a great initiative to have this interactive session. For me, I started my career in early 2000.
Okay.
So I started in the wealth management business.
Okay.
My first 5 years of experience has been on the managing people's money as a distributor.
Okay.
I used to be a banker.
Okay.
Then there was a choice of what field I have to choose for me to take it forward. I joined HDFC Mutual Fund way back in 2005.
Okay.
So I've joined in Chennai. I was overseeing the business for the Chennai operation. So till October 2024, I was part of HDFC Mutual Fund, managing the business for the Tamil Nadu and Kerala. My last position in HDFC was Deputy Zonal Head for South in HDFC Mutual. I would say this has been one of the most excitement journey. So many people would describe India's growth story.
Yeah.
I had the fortune of being part of that. So I've started a small wealth management firm now.
Okay.
So this is a very recent thing. I started in November 2024.
Okay.
So it's a digital-based investment solution that we would want to do as a business model.
Okay.
So it's a very early days. So that's in short my holistic journey of the last about say 24 years.
Wonderful. And obviously we wish all the best to your venture. There is absolutely no doubt. So you were, talking about, how distribution became a major thing between 2010 and 2020. And I am sure it was the same time, it was during the same time you met Mr. Nagendra.
Yeah.
So can you share a little bit about your experience with him? Because he really, places you in a very high place. He considers you as a mentor. How do you see his journey, growing over the last, 13 years? What was your initial impression of him, and how do you see this, new avatar that he has put up?
Mr. Nagendra is one of the most, I would say, iconic and the highest level of professionalism I've seen in my mutual fund experience. Very interestingly, I used to be managing the Tamil Nadu business. I got relocated to Karnataka. So I was kind of settling down in Karnataka in the sense I was traveling around the city. So I remember in 2012, I had first met Mr. Nagendra when I traveled to Shimoga.
Okay.
So we came to do a presentation to all our partners to share India growth story, all that. Interestingly, our meeting got about 8:39. After that, I met Mr. Nagendra, and his first question was, I am convinced on your India growth story. How will I ensure my investors participate? Okay. So the first question was not about how do I develop the business, how do I participate and grow my wealth. So his first question was, how do I ensure my customers also participate in this and then be part of the journey? It was a very, I would say, very profound thought for anybody who put the client interest first. I would say that's a brilliant character of customer-centric approach. Yeah. I have seen very few people who had that long-term focus. So our way back journey, 2012, interestingly, we had a conversation started at 9 o'clock in the night and went up to 12 o'clock in the night, where we had a very long conversation of, so for an AMC guy, for a mutual fund person, it's a regular conversation. You meet a distributor, you really kind of share what do you think is the business model. But what I've seen Mr. Nagendra was, his visualization was more of how do I ensure in a place like Shimoga, where relatively the mutual fund penetration is less, where the people's apprehension of market-related products are not being accepted. How do I structure it? So the next day, interestingly, we had a small workshop in which we said how for a distributor to reach 100 crores.
Okay.
So in reality, if I remember, in 2012, if there are about 40 participants, I would say Mr. Nagendra was the first one to cross that 100 crores benchmark. Okay. And then I traveled in less than 2 months where he had a large gathering of clients about to reassure the people on how mutual fund as an industry work. So in my last about 12 years plus association, I have seen Mr. Nagendra as an extremely client-centric person. Mr. Nagendra used to share this about 70-80 clients individual portfolio. I used to be in Bangalore, and he used to send it on courier and have a discussion on each and every client portfolio.
Okay.
What is that we can do better to make the investor experience?
Okay.
Generally in the MFD community, there is a sense people always focus more on equity funds only.
Yeah.
So I've seen Mr. Nagendra had been very client-centric in terms of he is the one who used to do a good balance of debt and equity.
Okay.
And most of the client positioning, I've seen it as a very solution-oriented. So if there is a businessman who has to have an income tax or a GST solution, he is the one who actively started doing SAP and debt with a specific solution. So he bucketed the solution and said, this product is for this solution. He is a doctor who's looking at not a regular cash flow, but every time we want to bring in a sense that the professional income and the investment income has to be distinctly be shown to a person when somebody stays through for a 10-year period. I remember the conversation where on a 10-year journey, he had the capacity to visualize.
Okay.
Today's this 10 lakh investment, what I do, end of this 10th year, this for the family can become about say 3-4 crores. So I would say these are two very strong virtues.
Okay.
Being very solution oriented and being extremely long-term thinking oriented.
Yeah.
So I would say in terms of his ability to manage client expectation, and there is a strong will to ensure everything around the client, whether it is client engagement, client knowledge sharing, how he can associate with the AMC. So Mr. Nagendra is one person whom I always keep in the highest esteem, where I think this business is about managing a very personal relationship with the client and also to demonstrate your professional capability. It's a very fine balance.
Yeah.
That I think he struck the fine balance with a very, very appropriate business ethics. And in many ways for me, with a very long professional journey, Mr. Nagendra is an inspiration where I believe I can kind of seriously consider wealth management as a solution, because over this journey of his, I used to get an update, we have crossed 10 crores, 25 crores.
Yeah.
25 crores, I used to say, sir, 100 crores is not far behind.
Yeah.
Then came 200 crores.
Yeah.
And I still say, definitely in Karnataka, Mr. Nagendra would be one of the fastest to reach the 1,000 crores and beyond. Okay. Reason, the power of compounding can be visualized two ways. One, in an Excel sheet arithmetically for you to showcase and say, this is the power of compounding, something for allow it to grow longer.
Yeah.
But only a good advisor can bring in this as an experience with the client. So what is that experience is beyond market cycles at various levels. If you handhold the client and then bring the right solution, these are the classic case of handholding on power of compounding.
Yeah.
So when I landed today in Shimoga, Mr. Nagendra said, October, November has been the volatile month, but this has been one of my best months in terms of incremental client flow.
Yeah.
So from a period of clients becoming panic and saying that markets are volatile, today customers are saying, we trust you.
Yeah.
We believe this is a good level for me to add to my portfolio.
Yeah.
I think that's the sum and substance of my journey with Mr. Nagendra. Extremely ethical, highly professional, very client-centric. So my best wishes to you also. I'm sure you are going to take this legacy to the next level. The kind of infrastructure and the kind of focus people. It's very happy to see that you have a very large number of people, team, system, infrastructure. I would now say that the 1,000 crores will happen 3 years earlier with you around. So definitely the benchmark has to be much larger. So good professionalism. So that way, definitely this is again an initiative where you're trying to reach out to the clients, to sharing the experience.
Absolutely.
So best wishes for it.
Thank you. Thank you. And very, connected to this, thing of how do we connect to clients, right? Now, when we look at the mutual fund industry as well, we keep talking in our all our video ventures that how it is for some reason limited to metros, limited to cities, and even now when we are thinking of penetrating deeper, going into let's say taluks or villages, it is definitely not that people there do not have the money or do not have the will to grow the money. It's just the lack of information, lack of right kind of advisors, lack of the infrastructure. How do you see this challenge being addressed from the mutual fund industry, like be it AMCs, be it distributors? What are some things that all of us can do so that the people who actually need it, like who can even do a small SIP of 500,000, for whom the savings mean a lot. Um, what are some steps that we can take to reach those people? What do you feel about that?
It's a brilliant question. I would say mutual fund industry is the big testimony of what a regulator intent and action synergies. A large part of today's mutual fund evolution in terms of clients' ability to invest, primarily I would say, has gone to the AMFI, the regulator.
Okay.
If you see, this is the first time where a regulator has come out in the last about 5-6 years. Mutual fund Sahi has created a very strong brand among the people's mind that mutual fund is a safe and transparent product. So the investor experience is then the way distributors handle the client. First, the regulator has done a brilliant job in terms of reaching it out. I would say the second most important aspect as a person from the industry is the way at every level of growth, regulator has been ahead of the curve. Whether in terms of simple things like riskometer for a retail customer to see a scheme, see a fact sheet and understand high risk, low risk. Simplified the product. Made the asset management company and fund managers to have a skin in the game. So various measures, you can go on and on. So there is a brilliant amount of process at an asset management level, distributor due diligence, and the way client ease of doing transaction. I think this ecosystem first has ensured the multiplier effect is very large and it is very uniform. In this meantime, what has also helped is this government initiative of Jagannathan account, UPI, digital e-commerce. So this made the clients familiar about the ecosystem. I don't think so any part of the world where you can say UPI has been so successful as the way India is. Primarily because there is a very strong belief for the end user that the government is doing the right thing, my money is safe. It is impossible for somebody to think a tea shop person to have accepted a 10 rupees and get the confidence, definitely this money is there. So I would say we have a brilliant ecosystem, financial services as such, regulation, our banking system, the way our DMAT and the NSDL settlement cycle, the way mutual funds, RTAs have worked. I think the ecosystem is very strong. So specifically, to take it to the next level, I think distributors is the most important link. There, I think the critical aspect of taking to the mass number of people is to focus on diversification. The core fundamental investment principle of a mutual fund is diversification, transparency, and professional management.
So, I mean, you have kind of, answered most of the, larger questions I, was planning to ask you without even me asking. Just, looking at it I'm not asking in terms of numbers or anything, but just in terms of penetration and stuff like that. How do you see mutual fund industry growing over the next, decade or a couple of decades? What do you think are some, not the technicality bit, but the larger macro things that might happen through which people can benefit? How do you see it? How do you see the industry benefiting the common man over the next decade or so?
There are three aspects of it.
Okay.
One is the government intent, which is the most important thing. Government intent is to now bring in more financialization of assets. Historically, some people, I would say, people are asset rich, cash poor. People used to think having a large real estate, having a lot of gold is very wealthy. India as a country, still people feel very comfortable to have a lot of cash in hand. There is a mindset that having cash in hand makes you feel rich. So here government intent is to ensure financialization of assets has to speed up. So as we discussed, they have created a huge ecosystem. Now, as a reflection of it, two important aspects are happening. Trust me, at every evolution of mutual fund growth, 40 lakh to 50 lakh crore, 50 lakh to 60 lakh, 60 to 70 lakh crore, every 10 lakh crore addition to the industry, the time taken to add a 10 lakh crore today is happening less than a year time.
Yeah.
So when you see the supply side of it, from the client side, the supply of money coming in, the fund managers should also have more investment ideas. They should have a bigger investment universe. I think that way, first is the government intent, second is the investable universe. Today, India as a country, in terms of diversification, we are having a distinct, brilliant investment opportunity for next 10, 20, 30 years.
Okay.
In my personal opinion, easily for next 15 years, India's diversified fund will have an opportunity to create alpha.
Okay.
Through the way the market is designed in terms of sector, market cap, segmentation. I would say this is very, very, very critical for us to communicate to the client. Today, mutual fund industry, even if it becomes 10 times from today, whether we have a market size, domestic Indian equity, Indian debt market side to absorb the supply, the answer is yes. So if you see, most of the advanced developed country, beyond some size, they would start saying that we will now invest beyond our country also. We will invest in developed market fund, emerging market fund, we will invest in international fund. Of course, India also there is a scope. But my sense is the biggest opportunity comes even if the mutual fund industries from this 80 lakh crore average moves to 10 times from now. The mutual fund industry will have investable universe across the segment of large, mid and small. That is the most exciting part. If you see the last about 18 to 24 months, the new IPO ideas which comes in. Large part of the big names today are straight away in BSE 100. Some of them are even part of Nifty 50. I would say this is the beauty of Indian economy and the way Indian markets are evolving. Earlier, the new player used to be in the 250 BSE at 300 level, then come to 100, then 50. Today, bigger guys are able to establish and able to raise a good money in the IPO, and they are straight away part of the ecosystem. So the first part is the government intent. Second part is the opportunity. If the industry grows up, whether there is an opportunity, there is a very strong reassurance. Indian market is very large. That will create a huge opportunity at every level. Whether it is simple ETF smart beta solution, index solution, diversified fund, hybrid fund, or a sector thematic fund, at every level there is an opportunity. And the third most important aspect, which gives a lot of comfort and confidence, is the still relative underpenetration of mutual fund. So there is a huge amount of scope for all of us to work together and make this penetration to go even double digit. So currently we are talking about a lower end of the single digit as the market penetration on the mutual fund.
Absolutely.
So if it goes to even mid-teens, we are talking about the industry growing doubly. And as I was saying, in the last 2 years, the mutual fund growth has been extremely speeded up because of the digital solution and the way relatively markets are pushing. So I would say we are in the right industry at the right time with this phenomenal ecosystem of government effort, Indian economy and market opportunity, and third, digital as an ecosystem supporting all these three to make the multiplier effect happening. As a country, to just put a number between 2030 to 40, 40 to 50, this decade, next decade, and the next 2.5 decade, we are talking about close to 25 crores of new people who will come for employment. Every 10 years, we will add 10 crore people come into their employment. So which means India as a country on the consumption side, we have a phenomenal amount of opportunity for a foreseeable 20-30 years. Number two, India is going through this journey of per capita income growth from $2,500 to $5,000, which is expected around the 2030 time. During this journey, this is a period where people's ability to save will profoundly increase. And that is a period where I think mutual fund will be one of the biggest beneficiaries.
Okay.
The last about 2-3 years, the new demat account open, new SIPs open, the kind of penetration which is happening at a relatively lower cost is again something which can all be proud of.
Yeah.
India is meaningfully ahead than many of the other countries on strong regulation, also at the cost of managing mutual funds. At a mutual fund management level, at a distribution level, as well at a, whether it is a cost of demat, whether it is a cost of your CDSL, everything is meaningfully low.
Yeah.
So today, I think that is a huge advantage.
Yeah.
What we have achieved at this scale, at every scale improvement, I think this cost rationalization will become even more. So the way I foresee is our multiplier effect will be significantly larger on the AUM growth.
Yeah.
Incremental business coming in.
Yeah.
This product will become even more super efficient, and the cost, which for the client will have a meaningful benefit because our digital penetration, all that will ensure the cost is also reasonably low. I think these are deadly combination. So I am very, very confident India's mutual fund industry will be one of the fastest growth. If you speak to any analyst, today, whether it is wealth management, asset management business, broking business, these are the most sought after sector by many of the industry players.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of positivity around this.
Wonderful, wonderful. There's one quick question around this, like in terms of this reaching a lot of new people. It's something that all of us are working towards. AMCs are working towards it. Bank is working, like the distributors are working towards it. Now there is obviously also this whole discussion, right? Like why, with the kind of tech that people have at the moment, is there even a necessity of a distributor? Like, people are capable of investing directly. How do you see a distributor's role here? Like, what value can a mutual fund distributor add to the growth of the client, not the industry? Industry will, industry can sustain itself, but the client, if you're looking at the client, what value can a good distributor add here?
See, our business, the name itself is say personal finance.
Yeah.
Any aspect of it, wherever there is an element of knowledge, market, and then it has a very significant part on the emotional decision making of a client.
Yeah.
Today, what has happened is more data, more access to information has also created the anxiety level among our lifestyle very high. Just not for investment, whether it is healthcare, whether it is investment. A large part of the decision making today is not looking very, very favorable to somebody because most of it is very impulsive. Because of the sheer amount of data. If you speak to any good doctors, bigger challenge today is people come with their own prescription and say whether this is right or wrong. Help me to say which is the right thing to do. So in that context, I would definitely say investment journey needs a very, very right amount of handholding in terms of emotion of a people. And again, I will go back, since that's the reason it's a personal finance. So to manage somebody's personal finance, it is always better when you have a journey for 10, 20, 30, 40 years to have an advisor along with it. Now, there are two critical parts. What an investor is today looking at is somebody who's having a good knowledge, who's having a very good professional integrity, who has an ability to think and act long term. If these two things are there, I think that is the most important virtue. For a client expectation to see whether this distributor is going to invest back in his business, whether he is updating himself, whether it is upgrading himself, whether he is kind of ensuring my interest is always kept in hand. As in any industry, it's a never-ending debate. Trust me on this. The way more and more e-commerce comes in, still people prefer to go touch and feel and then buy. In my sense, investments in India is very emotional. See, today nobody have to go and tell people why you should save. People work for 30, 40 years, get their pension. The first thing they do in their pension is savings. Savings is very emotional to us. Savings is very cultural to us. But I don't think so. Indians are brilliant investors. And it's evolving. I would always say a good advisor will have a very, very critical aspect of hand-holding and being with the investor for a very, very, very long term. In this journey, I would say this hybrid model will work.
Okay.
For a distributor, the universe of investor, as I said, next 10, 15, 20 years, we have two opportunities. One, more number of new investors, and the market opportunities are also going to be significant.
Yeah.
So which means today, if you are talking about close to 3,000 mutual fund schemes, 5 years from today, we might see it going up to about, say, 5 to 5,500 schemes. It is not going to be easy for an investor also to know what is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Always more choice brings in confusion.
Yeah.
You walk into a simple restaurant, you go to have a dosa, and the moment you see menu, you always feel confused.
Yeah.
You forget why you have come for, what you do.
Yeah.
So it's a very simple aspect of anybody's life.
Yeah.
More choice.
Yeah.
When you have more anxiety with so much of information coming in, US election will have an impact on the world towards long term. But the moment there is a US election result, WhatsApp University sends multiple call and then says, do this, do that. I think that is the most critical aspect for an advisor to handhold. The biggest role of an advisor, the biggest requirement for a client is today to handle the emotional part.
Yeah.
I think this data can bring in a huge amount of standardization to the industry. More and more information access to the client means that much the ability of the fund manager to outperform will also come down, because data availability, the kind of information, people will feel I am also as good a fund manager, I can manage my money better.
Yeah.
But what cannot be outsourced
Yeah.
is your behavioral side of it.
Yeah.
A good advisor, I would say, is always a necessity, because behavioral aspect is the biggest alpha creation. Ability to stay longer, create huge amount of wealth. In India today, we have more than 45 to 50 schemes, which has crossed 30 years. A simple 1,000 rupee SIP invested over a 29, 30 year period, a 3.5 to 3.35 to 36 lakh rupees investment has today converted to more than 8.5, 9 crores of wealth. This is a journey most of the SIPs have gone through.
Yeah.
You name the AMC, there are more than 35 to 40 schemes with 30-year track record. But if you ask me how many investors have gone through this 30-year journey, data says, as of now, there are more distributor-driven clients who had stayed much longer, who had a good handholding with this.
Okay.
So I would always say, on the emotional side, the distributor requirement is perennial, and that's what make the distributors also more relevant to this.
Okay. Great, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
One final wish to Aatmeeya, and then we'll close it.
My best wishes. I think, as I said, the proof is in the pudding. Any business, for it to grow, if the business is investing in people, business is investing in process, business is investing in technology, I think all three combination is there. I don't think so nothing would stop. The way the business has grown, with your personal integrity, the way your family have kind of, Mr. Nagendra has handholded the client. I have seen people who have kind of said, I have been traveling with him for the last 15, 20 years. Yeah. So my wishes is it's going to be intergenerational business. So my best wishes to Aatmeeya and the entire team, that the first landmark is to cross 1,000 crores, which I am not saying a long time away, and then many more milestones to do. Okay. And I would take this opportunity to sincerely acknowledge and compliment for all the good work which has been done. I think this is something which is very, very, very critical in this business. Having a very right business ethics and professionalism. I think it's a very deadly combination. Wish you all the best. So I will definitely, we will meet again when you cross 1,000 crores, and we will celebrate together.
We'll meet before also. Absolutely. Thank you so
Pleasure.
much. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Same.
It was a pleasure.
Same. Thank you so much.